him getting on a plane and flying somewhere is like you going to public. I mean, here's the story. Here's how Steve is. I would go, when I was flying or whatever, if he was in town and I happened to be flying over, I'd stop in where, we'd go to the hotel and stay at the hotel for a
That is Steve.
through the cabana or something like that. But with Steve, it was like he'd spend, I'd get to partake of a bunch of thousands of dollars of comps on the hotel, but Steve would say, "Oh, can you go get me a sandwich?" A bunch of the hotels, not any hotel, but many of the hotels, he walks in and says, "Give me a room." They give him a room for a week.
Do you feel manipulated? Do you feel by Steve?
If they broke up, because that's just the kind of, and for Steve, breaking up is a fungible thing, because he still knows and hangs out with occasionally and talks to and that kind of stuff. His previous relationship, it's not like he hates him when he breaks up with him, kind of thing. From the experience.
Eric, given what you know about your brother, what are the types of clues that you think will reveal?
That's the problem. The clue that reveals Steve is that he transferred $100,000 to the Philippines to take care of Mary Lou. And you guys think he's an evil genius. How can you not think that it's very easy that he manipulates not any hotel? It's fun to be with, would spend money on you.
But did he have a lot of friends?
No. That's, once again, that's where we're getting to with Mary Lou. That's not exactly, I don't know a better word for it, but because he took care of the people who he was friends with, who he was with. And, if you think he's such an evil genius, how could he not just manipulate Mary Lou? Can you go get me a sandwich? Well, of course, I knew. Someone might not understand that, that's the cost of being with Steve. Is that you would go get him a sandwich if you needed a sandwich. Because Steve didn't want to, this nonsense about how did he get the guns into the, it's like you go into Publix. It's something he just does every week.
You use the phrase evil genius. Do you think that's...
But he's a highly intelligent, there's absolutely no, and this is the other part that I want to stress with this, that it doesn't matter that they won't chase people, but people are saying, "Oh, he must have had help." Steve had no help. Steve didn't take help. It did not take a village for Steve. Steve was an arm. I'm sorry. Please don't. I'm using a colloquial, I was about to use a colloquial. Steve was a standalone guy. Okay? It's something he just does every week. It did not take a village for Steve. Steve was an arm. I'm sorry. Getting on a plane and flying somewhere is like you going to Publix. Matter that they won't chase people, but people are saying, "Oh, he must have had help." Steve had help. It did not take a village for Steve. Steve was an arm. I'm sorry. Please don't. I'm using a colloquial, I was about to use a colloquial term that